Hiya! Welcome to Accompanied by Jess, and my name is Jess. This is a platform used to speak on behalf of those who are voiceless, and we are here to be the voice for them. Accompanied by Jess discusses a lot of the issues that traverse in youth today that are hidden behind our youth and they cannot voice it out. So we are here in order to share that story, to be there to assist them and to counsel them and to guide them in. So stay tuned, and we want to tell you a story today. So today I have a story about a young man called Alex. Alex is at the age of 25, and he currently lives in the UK, and he works at the bank at the moment. Obviously 4 years ago he graduated from university in doing business management studies and is now working at the bank. Unfortunately, over the course of time, he lost his mother 3 years back, and he lost her from breast cancer just before the wedding that he was having. And just before the wedding, he lost his mum, unfortunately, and since then he has been fighting for custody of his younger brother. And his younger brother also suffers autism, and he's 10 years old, and his name is Andrew. So since then he's been struggling because of the incident of the death of his mother. She's died because of cancer, and she's passed away, and this is, something that really bugs him. However, the good thing is that he's been married, and he's been married to his wife Lisa, and they've been married for the past 2 years. They got married a year after his mother's death. Unfortunately, she was not there to attend. So luckily he's been able to stay with his younger brother, who's Andrew, and still till now they've been fighting the case of custody. So unfortunately, of recent, Lisa does pass away. She passed away recently, and Alex has, even prior to that already, he's already been suffering a lot of issues, a lot of problems. But he's already lost now his wife, who was newly wedded to him, and he's now living with his brother. And the story does get a little bit worse because recently he's been sacked from his job as well. And so financially he's been unable to take care of himself. He's been going around to family asking for assistance. However, family have rejected him, both on his wife, his late wife, both on her side of the family and his side of the family. Why are his wife's side of the family and his family rejecting him? Well, this is why. Before the marriage that had occurred, and before all of this had happened, Alex had a tough history. He came from a lifestyle of gangs, and he got into a lot of things. He was selling a lot of drugs, and obviously that, for one, according to Lisa's family, was not something that they initially agreed with, and they didn't want to hand over the marriage. And then it continues that they still got married, despite the rejection of the parent of Lisa. They still got married, and unfortunately it came to a point where the mother cursed Alex. And before their marriage, the father and the mother cursed Alex, and they said, "Oh, for my dead body, unless my daughter dies or you die, you are not going to marry my child." And it so happened that they released that, and he didn't care. He didn't take it seriously. He was like, "No, I love this woman. I don't really care about your opinion. I'm still going to marry her," and went on to marry her. So, a year, 2 years continues. They're doing fine and everything, despite, the battle of the fact that, the mom's passed away. They're fighting for custody and all of that. But they still fought, and they got married. Unfortunately, Lisa's parents didn't attend. And on top of that, he didn't have his mum there. So it was just literally the two of them, his younger sibling, and friends, and very few family members. Probably we can count them on one hand. So this has been the issue that has been occurring. And so Alex has gone through a stage of severe depression. He's currently going through a stage of severe depression. he's had more than one attempt of suicide and has taken multiple pills, multiple drugs to try to take his life away in the space of a week. One, because his mum passed away. Two, the custody of his brother. When they were going through court cases, they said that he wasn't fit enough to take care because of his history, because of the criminal records, because of the fact that, you know, he was unable to prove that he could do it. However, they're still arguing over that. So in that process, in that time, he was already going through a little bit of depression. His mum's gone, you know, he's trying to get on his feet. He's looking after a child who's disabled. But then to have already had opposition from his family against his bridal wedding, it didn't help. Because during that time of his wedding, he was abandoned. Abandoned by his wife's side of the family. He doesn't have his mum. His own family don't really discuss or talk to him. And it continues as well that now his wife has just passed away very recently. And I feel so sorry for him. I can't lie, I feel deeply, deeply sorry for him. And unfortunately, he's been trying to take away his life on several occasions. One of his friends also addressed that, you know, whilst his wife was also alive, because of the death of his mother, he tried to hang himself on the balcony on more than one occasion. He's also been caught by his late wife, who at the time when she was alive explained to his friends that, you know, he's been trying to take pills and drugs. He was also caught standing at the top of their actual flat, at the top of the flat, and he wanted to take his life away. He's also given reports that on several occasions there's been a voice in his mind that's telling him, kill yourself. Your mum's gone, your family hate you, your wife's family hate you, you know, you have a brother that doesn't even talk, he can't even take care of himself. You know, there's no point of living. There's no point of having a life. So unfortunately, it hit that his wife has now passed away. And obviously this is very fresh and very recent, you know, it's a few days, and they're preparing for the burial, and he's asking for assistance from his own personal family members. And already through going through that depressive state and the level of things that he's going through, his family say no, they don't want to support. And they don't want to support him because of the incidents that have happened. Your mum's dead, your wife's died, and coming from an African background, you know, when you see more than that in such a short space of time, a lot of people will accuse the person that there's something wrong, it's witchcraft, you know, they've got an issue. But he's been consistently asking for the past few days, he's been looking for counselling. Luckily, his friends were the ones that emailed me and sent me their story, and they just said, you know what, help us, please. So he's been in that position, and of recently, everyone's been kind of surrounding him, and you know, everyone in the sense of he's very, very close friends, because he doesn't really have a lot of family members to support him, but his very close friends have been there to really monitor him. He has been monitored, and he's been monitored and is not allowed to actually go to the toilet by himself. He's not allowed to attend the kitchen by himself. He can take a shower, take care of himself, yes, but even then, he's being monitored. And currently, whilst that is going on, the person who's taking care of his younger brother is his friend who emailed me. So I'm not disclosing the names due to the sensitivity of the topic. I'm not disclosing everyone's names because I do also need to protect the people that have emailed me, and I have to use wisdom because not every story is for everyone to share. I mean, like, not every story is for all information to be shared to everyone. So this has been the cause of series that has happened in Alex's life, and unfortunately he hasn't got the ground support in which he needs. I personally do get quite passionate about these stories because, especially coming from the culture that we're in, a lot of the time, African cultures, we place a title on people when it's not their fault. And I just want to let, Alex's friend and Alex himself, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm very sorry for how much pain you're going through. I'm very sorry for, the lack of support you're facing. But I just want to also say to you, number one, be grateful. Be very grateful. There are people who have died who want to be in your position today. And if they were alive, I'm telling you, they will probably tell you that. You're in a predicament where don't take your life away. Two of the very key people that were supporting you, unfortunately, have gone, and you feel like there's nothing else to live for. And you're looking at your brother and you're thinking, this child can't speak, he has nobody else. I can't take care of him. He's better off without me. He doesn't understand me anyway. But guess what? What if that child, recovers, gets therapy, and the therapy, slowly improves? He'll be thankful that you stuck by him. Be very cautious of taking your life. It's something that was given freely, and something that we must cherish. And unfortunately, to be in a depressed state where you're mentally, disturbed because of so much is going on, it's not easy. As for that, I just want to say, look at your sibling. Look at your friend who's there with you, taking the time to take care of you, to make sure that you're fine, to make sure that you're well. Look at these people, how much they're sacrificing for you, how much they're doing for you. And remember that, they really, really love you. I know a voice in your mind is telling you, kill yourself, there's no point. But there are people who really, really care for you, who are there. So I just want you to see that, the people that really care for you are really there. Look at them first. Look at their emotions. Look at their feelings. Look at the devotion they've given to you. And I will always say this, that, the time you've taken to take care of your younger brother, to take care of your sibling, to be a father and a mother to that child, is something that is extremely rewarding. Something that you must beat your chest and be proud for. Because not many who are of your age can do that. Not many have the mental capacity to do that. So I just give my condolences to you, and I just say, look up. There's hope. There's things that you should be looking forward to. You are still young, you're 25. There's so much ahead of you. And I believe that this is just one barrier. I will also recommend, because you're going through a state of depression which is quite severe, seek therapy. Seek somebody who will sit down. And I believe, as I've said probably in one of my previous episodes, is that, when we are able to speak, when we are able to voice out what we need to say, sometimes that is the first step of therapy that we should take. So as your friend has come and has told your story, despite it wasn't your voice who said it, but it's been said, and hopefully that's a way to kind of ease it, that that somebody is listening to you. The second point I just want to say is that, unfortunately your wife has passed away. I believe that you will recover. I believe that you will look forward. But this is to like anyone else who's out there, who is looking, who's out there, who is actually seeking, their partner, and they really love this person. Unfortunately, a curse was released. A curse was released, and, it hit someone who is very innocent, I would say, in this predicament to some extent. We need the parents' blessings in every marriage. And I'm not saying this because I'm a marriage counselor, I'm saying this because it's genuine. And the series of events has happened because we need that blessing. And I know that, you know, it's not everyone who will understand what I'm saying, but in life, in this life, especially for those who have parents, you know, cherish them. Cherish your parents. In everything you do, cherish them. They are so valuable. There are some things in life that you will not receive until something is released by your parent, by the one that is placed on this earth to bless you. And, you know, I believe that parents are life givers. So I would recommend, like, try your best not to be, you know, for anyone out there, like, try your best not to be stubborn. If they say this, okay. But be patient. Wait. Prove yourself that you are different. And try not to resist that act. But unfortunately, she's now gone. And may her soul rest in peace. So, just, you know, I'm quite speechless myself. When I heard the story, I can't lie, I was very weak. Very, very weak. I couldn't, you know, I couldn't really talk much. I couldn't really say much, but I heard this and I was like, whoa. Just like that, in the space of three years. Just like that, all of that, just coming down on someone. You know, life can really take a toll. Life can really, really take a toll. So I'm hoping that what I've said to you can uplift you, you know, can encourage you. Look on the bright side that there are people that love you. Look on the bright side that there are people that want to help you, that are seeking your benefit, you know. So that's what I had to share with you today, and I'm hoping that it can bless and encourage somebody out there who's going through a similar predicament where you've been labeled as a cursed child or a person, you know, that is the cause of someone's death, but you're not. Look, you are not the cause of someone's death, as so long as you know that you are innocent in this predicament. Just learn to arise and to look forth and to look at the brighter things. Look at those around you who you love, who are cherishing you, who are helping you, who are boosting you. They should be your driving force. Look at what's been promised in your life and look at what you want to picture, you know. Stand up sometimes, encourage yourself, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm great, I'm going to make it, I'm going to get far. And that should be the step you take in encouragement, in, you know, going forth. Because life will definitely hit you in many ways. So, thank you very much for viewing live. And, you know, anyone who's out there who's watching this, you're not the only person in your predicament. You're not alone. You know, you're not by yourself. There are many who are going through so many things. But the step to your healing, the step to changing it is by voicing it out. So, thank you for tuning in live with me. Thank you for listening to the story about Alex. And I do believe that, Alex, you will get there. Things will change. Things will get better. You know, you're definitely heard by us, and hopefully we can make a change in some way. And hopefully, like, what we have said is, like, what I have said and told you is something that will encourage you. So thank you very much. If you need to share your story today, please do message me on accompaniedbyjess@gmail.com. And thank you for tuning in live. Bye bye.